Got it.
I understand. I understand.
All right, I think.
There we are. You're important again. One more time for today.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
We are just getting ourselves up and running.
Awesome. Okay, go ahead and chat. Give us a comment in the chat so we know that you're here. As everybody starts coming. Hey, Linda, good to see you.
Oh, hi, Linda. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
All right, we got a few more coming on there. If you are just jumping on, I know Facebook takes a few minutes to kind of let people know that we're going live.
Hi,
So
Carla.
we'll actually start content very shortly. Hello, Carla. Welcome, welcome.
We are assuming that everybody has downloaded and printed their workbook. And if not, there are links above the screen.
Yeah, we can drop in the comments again, the link. I will do that from here. Just in case you haven't.
There we go.
There is the link for the workbook. Great, all right.
Perfect.
So we will get started. Hey, Debbie, how you doing? Welcome to the challenge.
Hello, hello. Hi, Debbie.
And we
See
know
you
that
all. Just everybody know that if you don't put your name down in the comments, it's hard for us to see who's actually here.
looks like Ludmila's here. Awesome.
Good, good. Yay.
All right, well, let's keep going and everybody else can jump on as they do. Okay, so yeah, we're here.
We're here.
Welcome to day one of the 5-day challenge. 3 steps to your ultimate badass self and living life without compromise. As everybody's jumping on, let's do a proper roll call. Hey, Samantha. Every day when we jump on to the challenge, we're going to do a roll call because at the end of the 5 days, we're actually going to give out some prizes. We'll let you guys know what those are later in the week. But right now, every time you show up, you're going to get points. And the way we can track it is if you are commenting or responding to certain things or doing homework and all that kind of stuff. It all adds up. We have someone tallying all of that stuff for us. And we're going to have some prizes at the end for most active, for attendance, for most interesting posts, shares, that kind of stuff. So please make this very interactive. That's how you're going to get the most out of this. And definitely attendance is the big piece. Now we understand that not everybody can show up live at the same time, so that's okay. So if you're watching this on the replay, it still counts for you. So act as if you are here and responding when we ask you to do certain things, comments, homework, because when you reply, even if it's later, and you respond, Ross and I are always looking at, and we've got other people looking at and observing the comments in the post as well. So please act as if you are here live if you're doing the replay. And those of you here live, the more interaction, the better this could be, and the more we can tweak this to what it is you need as we move forward. So roll call every day. The way we're going to do the roll call is by typing into the chat, #888. So that's #888, and I'll do the first one, because then that lets us know it's easy for us to then sort out who's here for attendance. And then that way we can put that, and then we ask for different hashtags at different points. It helps us to track different things. So go ahead and #888 and put that in the comments. Again,
There's
even if you're
Samantha, thank you much.
welcome. All right, so if you're catching this on the replay, again, there's going to be times where we ask you to pause to do the exercise as we're doing it live here, and then you can come back to it so you can have more time. Even if you're watching it live and you come back to do the replay, sometimes you might want to have that time to do a little more introspective work on yourself, and take more time to do certain things. That's okay too. All right. Those of you who don't already know us, because I'm sure there are some in here who don't know us directly or know some of our background. My name is Gary Johnson. I'm a retired master hypnotherapist who's logged close to 20,000 one-on-one sessions throughout my career, before taking all that knowledge, and that's not including groups and trainings, and because I've taught internationally, from here to India to I've taught all over the place. So I've taken all that knowledge and experience into co-creating a truly unique and powerful transformation program that we call the Infinity Process. And this is my partner, Ross.
Hello, I'm Ross Arnson, and I am a former CEO of a multi-million-dollar company and trained in neurolinguistic programming, timeline therapy, hypnotherapy, EFT, and many, many others. And with all of our knowledge blended together, we bring you over 7 decades of high quality training and consulting practices. And all of what we do is specifically designed to catapult you to your next level of human expansion and badassery. Can I say that? Is that a word? I'm not sure. If it's not, I just made it up and I'm putting it in the dictionary.
So. Well, no, I think it is, because hold on, because this morning, so I'm gonna tell everybody, this morning, I wonder if I can save, where can I save this at? This morning on the way home from driving my daughter to school, I drive by, and again, synchronicity, right? We talk about it all the time. Synchronicity. I drive by, and at the stop sign before I head on the way up to my home here from school, I see a car drive, because it's a 3-way stop sign. So they drive off to the left, and I look and I see the sign on the car, and it's a local company, and I've never seen it before, right? And it's called, the company is called Ambassadors of Badassery. So I think it is a word. So there was a clue, or there's a signal or a sign from the universe saying, giving Ross and I the, hey, you guys are ambassadors of badass. That's right.
It's our
and
picture
we'll be your
last night.
instructors, guides, storytellers, and friends on this magical adventure into becoming your ultimate badass self and living life without compromise. Our intention today is to deliver real-world tools that are essential for hacking and coding the reality of your choices. Okay? And that's right. You really can change your reality into more fulfilling life and definitely create a truly powerful badass self. And when we say your badass self, it's capital SELF. And how we define SELF is it's more than you think. It's, if you haven't already heard us share it, it's S for spiritually, E for evolving, L for life, and F for force. Spiritually evolving life force. Okay, that's how we see you. With that understanding, you are an energy being interacting with an energy universe. And with this in mind, you should be, or want to be, evolving to the next level of your journey as an energy being existing on this plane of existence. Okay, we're here to expedite your journey by providing you with knowledge, tools, techniques, a little bit of fun, a little bit of jokes, a little bit of laughter, things that you'll need to continue on your exploration of the dimensions of reality that you experience. So keep in mind that every time we teach an aspect of the Infinity Matrix, it has exponential power to create real and lasting change. So buckle up. You are in for a fun and exciting ride. Okay. And by the end of this challenge, we promise you that you will have a tool set, a set of tools and resources that, if applied, can truly alter your experience of reality as real as, and it can happen as early as within the next 24 hours. So be cautious in thinking that this is just some filler tips and ideas that we're giving because before we deliver the real goods. If you've been in our streams, we're not that type of people. We deliver the real goods every time. At least we believe we do. Okay. And what we hear from our viewers and students, they tell us the same thing too, that we are, we're different from what they've seen out there. There's a poem that I learned back when I was teaching martial arts. And we've altered and adapted to fit for everyone who enters the Infinity Matrix experience, but it's originally by Edgar A. Guest, and our version goes like this. The title is, I'd rather see the teachings than hear one any day. I'd rather see the teachings than hear one any day. I'd rather one should walk with me than merely tell the way. The eye is a better pupil, more willing than the ear. Fine counsel is confusing, but example is always clear. And the best of all mentors are the ones who live their creeds. For to see good put into action is what everybody needs. I can soon learn how to do it if you will let me see it done. I can watch your hand in action, but your tongue too fast may run. And the teachings you deliver may be very wise and true, but I'd rather get my lessons by observing what you do. For I may understand you and the high advice you give, but there's no misunderstanding how you act and how you live. When I see a deed of kindness, I see the mirror in me, reflecting how to become as thoughtful as I know that friend to be. Let all who witness that the best of guides today is not the one who tells them, but one who shows the way. They who stand in a place of honor learns to hold honor dear, for right living speaks a language which to everyone is clear. Though an able speaker may charm me with eloquence, I say I'd rather see the teachings than hear one any day. So I can't take credit for the poem. We can take credit for adjustments in it, but
He took credit for it.
when I heard that in my martial arts teaching days, it was a creed that we lived by. We called it the teacher's creed. And my instructor who brought that to me still promotes that to this day in the stuff he does. And it's been a cornerstone of things that I believe when I'm going out to do things and teach things. So I thought I'd share that with you all. That's kind of where, Ross and I come from. And if you didn't already know, this is a free interactive training, and it's going to be over the next 5 days. It'll be super jam-packed with learnings, insights, aha moments. You're going to see things in action. You're going to experience things in action. And on day 4, we're going to present an opportunity for you to work more directly with us in our elite program that we've been crafting over the last 12 years. It's called The Art of Designing Your Reality, the SELF, S-E-L-F, Emergence Program.
That's right. And so our promise to you over the next 5 or more hours we spend together this week is we'll give you a highly interactive experience that takes the concepts, the ideas and theories that we present into your own personal reality, where we collectively explore what actually works for you. in your everyday practice of consciously creating the reality you desire. So some quick logistics before we start. We've done our best to strip this down into a jam-packed learning and integrated experience. So go ahead and clear all your distractions so you can stay focused to get the most out of this challenge. It's very important. We will be rewarding people, as Gary said, for interaction, checking in from time to time to make sure that you're paying attention. And if you're watching the replay, we expect you to respond as if you were here live with us. So comments in the, write your ideas and statements in the comments, even if we're not live, and we will get to them and ultimately answer them. So before we go any further, as it is with all of our trainings, this is an expectation for you to interact. To stay in this challenge, you need to participate and not just be a bystander. We're not background noise. That's not what this is about, okay? You will have received your challenge workbook and quite a few reminders to make sure. It's a PDF download by now, so make sure that you downloaded that and are looking at that. We prefer that you print it so you can actually make notes on it. We're big believers that actually writing rather than typing notes, it goes deeper into the brain. You have more and better retention. Let us know in the comments if you have not, and we'll drop the link again so that you can get it right now. You'll want to make sure that you print it out. Make sure that that workbook is easily accessible. If you're going to take notes on a separate journal or pad, have that handy now. A good pencil or a pen, just ready to take notes. And we suggest you take lots of notes. We're not just going to ramble through, little bullet points. This is full on, and we're about to rock your world.
So as we do with our live streams, and by the way, what you're getting here is brand new stuff. This is not stuff we've taught in any live stream. So this is not rehashing stuff, just so you know.
That's correct.
It's one we'll do over and over, but this version that we're doing right now is brand new.
You're getting the premiere.
Yeah, and Ross and I, last night went over the stuff again, and we're like, man, this is a good program. Where was it when we were looking for stuff? So we're excited about it. Hope you're excited about it as well. We really have a lot of stuff. Remember, eliminating those distractions is critical, because if this is just going to be your background noise as you distract yourself with other things, then honestly, you're already breaking the fundamentals even before we begin. So let's begin with an empowered commitment to yourself. If you're ready to get started, go ahead and type hashtag let's get jiggy or hashtag let's get ready, set, go. I like let's get jiggy, but you can do hashtag ready, set, go as well, whatever works for you. And let's have a little fun with that. So Ross, I'm noticing that we can't see the whole stretch of comments, only as they go. So
right. I'm keeping an eye on them, but yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So if you guys see us looking, one of us when we're not speaking, looking into a different screen, it's because we're tracking to make sure if there's anything important.
I got a screen there, and I got a screen there, and both of them are scrolling the comments. So guys, we got you covered.
So just bear with us on that, because what we're seeing in this. All right, let's go. Good. Ready, set, go. I got a couple. Let's jiggy. All right, good.
All right, Linda.
So the cool thing about the way these trainings are done is that the integration will come at you from a variety of angles, which we'll discuss and reveal from time to time. But you'll find that each time you revisit the material, there will be even more you'll gain from it. Just like if you were to watch the live streams, right? Every time you watch, you're going to gain more from it. And as you go about living your life outside of the challenge, you'll find that reality seems to be reflecting back to you the transformations you created. Because of that, we strongly suggest that you punch, because you have them printed, hopefully, that you actually punch holes in the printed workbooks and actually put it into a special binder, so that you can come back again and again. And we suggest that you call it your Hacking the Infinity Matrix binder, right? And, albeit for us to, give more direction, but you could even use it as a way that you put in when you're taking notes on the live streams as well. Right. So just, something to think about, or a journal. If you have a journal, you can do it on that and make your notes on the journal. But if you have the worksheet stuff and you can kind of slide in, as we do different trainings, it's a good place to kind of keep it as your reference point.
Exactly.
Make it something that you can add to as you join on different trainings in the future, right? It's a good starting for you. And you might even want to have an extra pad of paper or a journal, as I mentioned, to add personal experiences and notes onto, because some things may be just your own personal things you don't necessarily want in that you want to record in a journal. That's totally fine too. Whatever works for you, whatever tools you need in your own environment, feel free to add those things. We're just adding some extra information. You've gone through some hoops to get here. We understand that, right? Whether you're here live or coming back to watch the replays. So to make it worth it, by being present and participating is the best that you can do on your part. Okay, we promise to deliver the goods. And as you all know, there is a the comment in the chat section we've talked about. Again, feel free, we will be keep tracking them. And obviously we won't be stopping the presentation to answer every question, but if time allows, we'll roll back. We'll do our best to keep this within a 1 hour time slot. Absolutely, every day. Some days we're going to stretch it, we know, because we have so much we want to give to you. And at the end of the stream, we will come back and review the comments when Facebook allows us to see them all, and respond to them if we miss them. All right. Also, we if there are questions that we see there that we absolutely need to cover, we're actually probably going to open up a special VIP call later in the day, starting tomorrow, where we'll open up a special VIP where you guys can actually jump on a VIP call, and we'll do that, and that won't be streamed anywhere. Right, that'll just be between us. We may have a replay for that. We'll have to figure out how we make that work and happen for you. But that'll be a special VIP call where, almost like our rabbit holes, where you can kind of jump on and talk, and we can talk about what we're about, but our specific topic will be about that day's content or the day before. All right. Okay, and challenge. Oh, quick note about the replays during the challenge. These replays will be here, and the challenge is set up as a challenge for a reason, to encourage you to participate and take actions. So these replays will only be available in this group for an additional 7 days after the challenge is done, right? Which means you've got 14 days to actually get the 5 days in, right? Preferably if you do them one after another, and obviously if you get live, there's a different experience as well. But that means next Friday, the 18th, this group will actually close and all access will be gone. Okay, until we open up another challenge another time and another day. All right, it gives everyone plenty of time to show up and show that they are serious about getting these 5 lessons and implementing them, even if they have a busy schedule. We believe that's a fair enough window of time. Okay. Now, logistics out of the way. Whew, don't have to do that anymore. All right. We want to get you to get to know who you are, where you're from. So let's see, everyone here, just tell us where you're tuning in from in the chat. But phrase it with an empowered, badassery way. Put your name, then add, I'm ready to start from whatever country, and whatever that means for you. So whatever country. So I'll start rolling. If you already know me, but I'm Gary. I'm ready to start from just outside Vancouver, BC, Canada.
That's right. And I'm Roz from the glorious
India.
City of Seattle and Washington. Let's go, people.
All right.
Come on.
And Sheba is from India.
There we go.
Ross is from Seattle. I'm from BC. Yeah. Texas, woohoo, in the house.
Texas.
They do everything big in Texas, don't they? So there's some big badass going out there. Lexington, South Carolina. Way to go, Chris.
Nice. Glad to have you here, Chris.
Seattle, let's go, Roscoe. There we go.
Pat,
Eds.
all right. Where's that? Is
Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Eds, Tennessee.
There we go. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Tucson, Arizona. Memphis,
Oh,
Tennessee.
they're rocking.
Awesome.
Here they
Memphis,
come. Here they come.
Nice. Illinois. Way. All right. Awesome. Awesome. All right.
That's
So,
good. That's good. So the structure of this training is scientifically designed to give you a multi-sensory integration of everything that we teach. That's why the notebooks. We teach each day will give you integrating and touching story that weaves through the challenge in order to activate and prepare your unconscious mind for the lessons and transformations that we have planned. Will also include physical actions or movements, which will be designed to establish a neurophysiological connections throughout your body-mind. And of course, with your permission, there will be language specifically designed to assist you in tapping into your full neurological capacity. So give us a thumbs up if we have your permission to just rock your world. And then, of course, we'll be presenting all the elements of the Infinity Matrix hacks that are presented each day. So once you are clear about the instructions for hacking the Matrix, then we'll have time for debriefing and integration of how it will become relevant into the real world after you've completed this free training. So with that said, we are so happy to have you here. Have we said that before? I think we have. That's because we're really happy to have you here. And because I think you'd all agree that it's been a crazy 2 years for most people on the planet, type in #crazy in the chat if you agree. We want this interaction. That's why we're always asking you to make comments. We want this interaction. Keeps you involved. It keeps your brain active and neurologically ready for information. So
Samantha said crazy AF. Yeah, you're right, Samantha.
crazy. That's right. We watch television and social media, whether it be the news or talk shows. And I'm telling you, they make you feel as if there is no end in sight. And the world is about to tip over. And as we have felt the tensions and anxieties of friends, family, and associates rise. This tension, it rises day after day, month after month. And what we have found is this immense pressure that's been put upon people like you is practically inescapable in our modern society. You look left and it's there, you look right and it's there, up, down, sideways, behind, always keeping you off balance. There seems to be a concerted effort to steer your reality into a tailspin and keep it there. But what we've noticed and experienced ourselves is that those who have learned and practiced the specific techniques and processes that we've developed have experienced minimal discourse and anxiety throughout this entire global event, both past and current. So the after effect of all of this is that it has brought thousands of people to our page and our private group searching for answers, searching for strength, and most importantly, searching for the tools and techniques to help them navigate this incredible storm. So you may or may not be one of them. You may be one of the 347,000 people on the Biology of Belief page, or one of the 8,300 members in the community of our private group. And you probably attended all or one of our 109 plus live streams that we've done to date. And one of the things we are super, super grateful about is that many of our participants on these platforms have had such amazing results and breakthroughs and have shared so many touching testimonials with us. So let's share some of those responses. Gary, can we pop those up? And
having some technical stuff. So
Okay, I'm
yeah.
used to that. I'm used to that.
Mhm.
So if you're on and you want to share something with us, that's great. Just raise your hand or put I'm open to this in the chat on the Zoom.
Nope, they're not on Zoom, right? So it's going to be Facebook. They'll have to do it on the chat
Oh,
there.
no, that's right. That's right. You're only
Remember?
seeing this on on Facebook. That's correct. Sorry about that.
Mhm. Um, hmm.
Well, we've posted a lot of them on the actual group page and along with some beautiful, beautiful video testimonials too. Um, but we're making a difference. And each time someone sends us a video, they send us a testimonial, it just empowers Gary and myself. I mean, we're just like, I can't let them down. I can't let them down. We have to just keep going, keep going. And a lot of a lot of your training today came from that momentum that everyone shared with us.
Okay,
And
do we want this on screen? We didn't select any specific ones. Is there anyone that we wanted to select here, Ross? Because
they're all pretty darn nice.
okay, so
And some of them may be on the training now, and some of them may not.
yeah, see, I'm not, for some reason, my screen that I want to be on is not engaging on my computer. 1 second.
Okay, well, that's a nice view.
Sorry about that.
Technology is our friend when technology works.
Yeah,
And
because
this
I had
week
it
has
on that
been
screen there and it was not registering. I wasn't able to bring things over there.
okay. You want to get back to it later?
Yeah, let's do that.
Uh,
'Cause okay, yeah, something got messed
that
up in the
will
settings here.
that will work.
All right. So yeah, I mean we'll definitely share some testimonials and stuff and things that we've got, and we can also do that on the VIP as well.
Mhm.
But you know, the heartwarming messages we get from our people that are listening and our students and clients is just, it's really amazing. So why is it important for you to hear these types of stories? Well, because like you, they've been on the same quest to solve personal dilemmas and purge personal demons as well, right? Whether it be from bad relationships to tragic loss of a loved one, limiting programming from your childhood, or a 2-year pandemic that's had an impact on just about everyone on the planet in its own unique way. Each of us, you, me, everyone, has a specific emotional barrier or limited program holding you back or holding you down from your true potential. And growing up, you know, we were also told to do this, to do that, and all will be well. And like you, it may have worked for a little while, then ultimately the effects wore off, went away, dissipated, or even expired, whatever or however you care to explain it away. So you searched for authors, teachers, coaches, workshops for the solutions, but you did the affirmations, you completed the workbooks, you devoted the time and even more time to purge the ominous enemies within, only to find they had a long-term lease and wasn't ready to leave. So what you didn't know was that the majority of the industry that you thought had been designed to quote unquote help you really only saw you as an income stream. So they hold back the secrets that you really need to make the changes you want, which creates an echo chamber of frustration and desperation to try this or try that, until you hopefully find something that works, because they rarely offer solid solutions. They feed off your hunger for quick, effective, and lasting results as you keep wondering, maybe it'll be the next one. Whether intentional or not, you end up with a bunch of quick fix treatments for symptoms instead of a full-on solution of the root cause. And as you've witnessed over the last year and a half, if you've watched any of our live streams, our live streams are the exact opposite of that model. Because when we began to notice this cattle call type of coaching and consulting, only offering either short-term results or required regular costly boosters, we reconnected with the root of why we ourselves entered the realm of personal and spiritual transformation. And more importantly, that drew us to the types of deep and profound change technologies that exist around the world. And essentially, the things we witnessed were able to create quick and lasting transformations is what we built the Infinity Process around. And we'll share more about that on day 4. Like you, we've seen, heard, and experienced enough of the talk therapy cycles that just encourage you to relive past traumas and reinforcing them rather than neutralizing them altogether. We actually found a hidden code, a code that already exists in everyone's reality. Undeniable, and it's in every single person. So we set out to create real change with a real solution and more effective ways to utilize the hidden in plain sight code that already exists. A code that other programs have failed to identify and recognize. It's a code so big, so powerful that once it's exposed, it cannot be ignored unless you choose to. And it is so established into our experiences of reality that it cannot be destroyed. But it can be hacked. It can be used as an empowering tool to emerge as the divine creator that you are, rather than break you down.
You know, it can be tweaked, it can be influenced and enhanced in order to change an overlooked primary concept within your reality. Coherence. Coherence between the conscious and the subconscious minds, thus creating consistency of thought for long-term results. This is where your badass exists. When this happens, you have a stability of self and purpose, realizing that you can better count on yourself when things get tough in any of the dimensions of your reality. So for clarity, badass is not defined as a negative connotation. So let's just clear the slate right now. Okay. Badass is a state of mind. It's a state of confidence. It's a state of, I know what I want and I will not compromise. And I will always look for a win-win. It's a win-win with all who are in your environment, within your sphere of influence, including the Infinity Matrix. It's not a competition with anyone except you, except yourself. And yes, we know that society is dictated differently, but you know, perhaps that's why things are in such of a disarray right now. Why you might be here as well. Maybe. This attitude creates a wide array of confidence in everything that you do. And when you're confident that your actions and your thoughts are permanent, your path becomes permanent as well. You realize that you finally broke the cycle of do-overs and repeats that has cursed you for years and years. Now you can really move forward as an ultimate badass without compromising your values or your standards. All this happens when you see and understand how your environment is actually a constant flow of feedback from your internal matrix to your external matrix. And the true you is positioned in the center where they both converge into a place we call now. In other words, the infinity matrix. So for those of you who are new, what is the infinity matrix? That's a good question. I'm glad you asked. Well, essentially, it's a metaphor for what we call reality. I mean, if we break it down, infinity implies all space, all time, all energy, and all matter in every direction. So there's a, Gary, how do we put it? There's a isness to it.
Yeah.
And all that is, if you will. Now, matrix is simply an environment or material in which something develops, a surrounding medium or structure. It's something within or from which something else originates, develops, or takes form. So the infinity matrix is this environment is where something exists, something happens, something takes form, and something is experienced and not experienced, moment by moment. What we've been experiencing, or what you've been experiencing on Hacking the Infinity Matrix live stream events, is our way of bringing to light ways in which you can bring our personal empowerment into a more conscious and intentional experience until it becomes unconscious again. And then you know it's become a habit for life. As we like to say, learn it once, live it forever. It's called a lot of things. The space of variations, quantum potential, palace of possibilities. It's the center point where you are not at the mercy of the polarities of the internal, external, the good, the bad, the up, the down. Instead, you are firmly seated in the middle of all choice. And you are in the most powerful place you can exist, because this is where you create your reality from. So let's back up a second. Being in the now by choice is an environment, an infinity matrix that is unconditionally there to serve us up whatever we order. So over 100 years ago, there's a very wise man, Gurdjieff, said, "I'll tell you one thing that will make you rich for life. There are two struggles, an inner world struggle and an outer world struggle. And you must make intentional contact between those two worlds. Then you can crystallize data for the third world, the world of your soul. If you want to experience that and have access to that, then that is what we promise you'll get by mastering the art of designing your reality." So drop in hashtag Infinity Matrix if that sounds like something you'd like to experience on a day-to-day basis. Drop it down.
And
there we
let me
go.
paint some kind of broad strokes on what this whole training is about. We believe that embarking on a journey like you've committed to with us over the next 5 days, that it would be beneficial and very helpful if we gave you a peek into what we have in our minds. Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe there needs to be some filters here. Not all of what's in our minds, maybe just a segment, just the parts useful and relevant to showing you,
You don't
to
mean,
helping you to show up as your.
you don't mean that other, you don't mean that, you don't mean that.
As your ultimate badass self, just whatever's relevant to that. Okay. So which comes down to how we see the structure of reality in the infinity matrix. So if you want to know the structure of reality, here's how we see it. In our model of the infinity process, the structure of reality is made up of 4 different quadrants. Each one has different degrees of integration into the total matrix reality that you experience. And the first quadrant, is where we focus on mastering the structure of the structure of the matrix. And in this quadrant, you will find that in order for you to have any experience of reality, that there are certain elements that work together to create a specific code that your spiritually evolving life force will interact with. Some aspects may be obvious, but we found there's an already existing, literally hidden code right under our noses. And we can recognize and utilize it in our favor. And if you know what to look for and what to do, it's powerful. And when you know what they are, what the code is, and when you understand how to make shifts and adjustments within that code, you can totally shift your reality and create the empowered reality of your dreams all the time, whenever you want, regardless of what's going on around you. Okay, it works like this. There's a regular communication that everybody else sees and allows themselves to be influenced by. And then there's another underlying communication, a code, as we've recognized it, that you can program that it automatically comes to you from the matrix, keeping you at your peak at all times by choice. And that's the first matrix. We build on the first quadrant. We build on that for the others. When you have the first quadrant coded and optimized, the next level of evolution for your badass self is all about expanding your ability to literally change, alter, and improve the language of the matrix. So think of it as creating your very own personalized universal translator, which allows whatever code that shows up for you to only trigger unconscious behaviors and habits that will establish a life where you become virtually unstoppable in crafting the lifestyle of your dreams. And when you commit to working on all the quadrants, it has many built-in systems to keep you in alignment with your true, authentic self. That's what quadrant 2 does, right? It allows you to honor and own the fullness of your power while respecting and remaining true to the humbleness of your existence. And then quadrant 3 really accentuates the spirit of the matrix by establishing a broader, more ecological transformation. It dives deep into the intricacies and the power of your values and your beliefs, and then dropping into the core inspiration for each and every one of your emotions, while painting your own personal tapestry and instructing the energetic frequencies of the matrix to serve you on your path of evolution. I mean, can you imagine what this would be like? Can you imagine the sheer feeling and power and fearlessness you would exude every day, becoming the beacon of hope and guidance for all who enter your sphere of influence? So quadrant 1, you master the structure. Quadrant 2, you master the language. Quadrant 3, you radiate the spirit. And we've been tipping into each of those quadrants in all of our live streams. Okay, not as systematically and as blatantly as we're doing here and in Art of Designing, but we've definitely been doing it. And then, so you've got 1, 2, and 3, you radiate the spirit, then you'll be ready to transcend the matrix in quadrant 4. Quadrant 4 is where you fully explore the multiple dimensions of perception, fully energizing your spirit vehicle that we call a body, for optimum health, energy, and vitality. And you begin to master your communication and relationship with what we call your internal matrix. Because while we tap on the internal matrix in the first 3 quadrants, in this one, we really dive into the internal one. So this is ultimately what this whole training is about. It's about you. It's about empowering yourself from deep within to the full boundaries of where and how you exist. And we told you yesterday. We told you in the introduction to this and in our live streams that this is unlike any other program available today. And we're actually training you not only to control the code in your environment, but also prepare you, and we're being transparent here, also to prepare you with the skills to support others in controlling theirs as well. So that you're not a lone wolf, right? And once you become proficient in all 4 quadrants, you'll actually open up, we'll actually open up the opportunity for you to go out into the world and become practitioners of the infinity process, for those who choose. So join us in making deep and profound transformations for the people of the world, because they need it.
Indeed, indeed we do. So now that you have the big picture, what you'll get in this 5-day challenge is a simple 3-step formula to your ultimate badass self, and by living life without compromise. This formula will allow you to alter those quadrants of reality to get what you want without bumping into the fears and the self-doubt. So we call it the FFV formula. That stands for fundamentals, framework, and vision. Embody the fundamentals, establishing the framework, and crystallizing the vision. So type in hashtag FFV formula if you're ready to get started with creating your reality. So we're going to start, give you an overview of each of those each of those topics. So embody the fundamentals. So the importance here is of having a solid foundation to build upon. When in contrasting it to other programs that fail, that's where they fail and they fall short. It's like trying to build a house on swampland. Okay, there's no stability, none whatsoever. You've got, you've got the, if you look down to these houses that are built down there, you're looking at they're on these stilts. They're above the water. They're holding themselves above the water, but there's no stability. If there's an earthquake, they're gone. And so we're looking for stability, because the foundation is what we're building everything on. So, and in essence, this is where society has kind of gone wrong. And the last 2 years have proved my point. Shake it up some, throw in a little this, a little wrench here, a wrench there, and things just start crumbling. Not the people in our programs. Okay, they hold steadfast. So, and a major part of this of this foundation is making sure that you avoid the traps that can pull you into the storm. Because our belief is that you're always going to exist in the eye of the storm, in the calmness of the eye of the storm. But the only thing that will allow for that to happen to begin with is that you have stability of your foundation. So that way, these are all going to be avoided by having that set, solid foundation of principles. And not only you have these systems that, like when I was in business, in managing businesses, my first thing was to put in systems for everything that happened. And the systems you didn't just use the systems when things were getting rough. You use them every day so that when things, even in the calm days, so that then you're ready. When something happens, you're already ready. Everything is already in place. You're just like, I got this. I got this. Everything is working as it was. The foundation of the operation was solid. And then we would come through unscathed. So number 2, establish the framework. And knowing what tools that you have available will create a result that you want in the fastest time in the least amount of resistance. This is the systems. Being clear on which quadrant of reality will set you up for the lasting transformation that you're shooting for. Even though all 4 quadrants are equally important, this will now automatically, your subconscious and you will begin to reevaluate them in order to keep them in their optimal shape. Okay, you'll have strategies that will rewire your neurology and physiology for the outcome that you want. What's that called? It's called epigenetics. Our favorite. Okay, this is our Mona Lisa. This is our David. Okay, this is like sitting in the sun with your favorite beverage and just going, this is awesome. And then when those 2 are in place, then we're going to crystallize the vision. Basically starting with the end in mind, laying out a potential roadmap with measurable benchmarks to let you know that you are on track to the destination that you set, that you decided on. We like to think about this as, when a ship goes into the ocean, the waves take it off course constantly. Okay, and it always has to recorrect. This is a system that we put together for you as well. It allows you to automatically, oh, I'm off course, I'm going to recorrect. Oh, I'm a little off course, I'm going to reconnect. Instead of being that pinball that's going all over the place. So you're going to be open and receptive to the idea that it's going to happen in a different, easier and faster way, and perhaps better than you initially imagined. And being okay with that. We've talked about this so many times in our live streams, that we focus, because you read a lot of these books that are out there, and you kind of see what I call these over the top seminars that you just need to take it, go and make it exactly. This is exactly how you want it. And sometimes that works. Okay, but most of the time it just leaves people feeling frustrated and broken. So if we can show you what some essential fundamentals are, and we solve that problem for you, and then give you some tools to build the framework for the reality that you desire to be contained with, and solve that problem for you, and then take you through a step-by-step system to project out and crystallize your vision into reality, and solve that problem for you. Do you see how this is something that you'll be able to do yourself and create the reality where you get what you want? So do me a favor, do us a favor, do yourself a favor. I want everyone, I'm gonna give you a declaration. I want you to, we'll tell you what, I'm gonna put this in the comments as well.
I'll do it for you, Ross. So go ahead.
You already got it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the declaration goes like this, and then you're going to repeat it. I, state your name, commit to implementing the FFV system I learned this week to access my ultimate badass self and live life without compromise. Okay. So we're going to say this together, but this is a declaration. We're not big fans of affirmations. This is a declaration. This is stating to everybody in the room that you're in. This is stating to everybody that's on this broadcast. And ultimately, this will be stating to everybody you come in contact with. Okay, so say this with meaning, with emotion, with energy. I, your name, I commit to implementing the FFV system that I learned this week to access my ultimate badass self and live life without compromise.
And once you've done that, let us know in the comments that you've made that commitment by typing hashtag commit888.
Right.
Hashtag commit888.
By doing that, we're going to kind of say that we're going to look at this like kind of like this is like an electronic signature. Okay, you're signing this commitment by putting in hashtag comment commit 888. Okay, you're signing yourself to that. Because 5 days from now, when you say, oh, I'm gonna say, you promised, you committed to this.
Good.
This is your commitment to yourself. Good, 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 good. Okay, that's a lot for you to absorb today and process. So what we suggest you do is go over your notes, write down any questions that may come up, and then either post them here in the group right underneath this video, because this is going to stay on this page, on this group page. Put them right there. And then you might even want to watch this again in case you drifted off and missed some of the content. It happens. Okay. But that's up to you. But do this before going to bed. Start to think about your definition of what your ultimate badass self is and what it would mean to your life to live from that place, that state of mind every day.
Awesome. And while we didn't give you a specific hack today was really about starting the fundamentals, right? So it's part of our formula. If we're going to teach it, remember we said we got to show you, we're not just going to verbalize, we're doing what we tell you. What we tell you, we ask you to do. So we're building some fundamentals here. And then I'm going to be covering what we're going to cover tomorrow, as well as some homework for you. Tomorrow, we're going to complete the first part of the formula, which is embodying the fundamentals. So we're going to go deeper into fundamentals, and you'll get 3 fundamental principles that will raise your frequency to match the reality that you want to step into. And we'll also show you how to avoid the 4 most common pitfalls that keep people trapped in quicksand of limitations of the past. So we're going to go through that tomorrow. Now, remember, this is a 5-day challenge, which means we're challenging you to show up for all 5 days, to participate in every exercise, to complete all the homework assignments. So there are 2 easy homework assignments for today. First, we want you to think about, okay, what is one limiting thing that you've been told about who you are or what you can do that you're going to choose to let go of during this challenge. Okay, I want you to think about what that is. What's that one limiting thing that you've been told about who you are or what you can do that you're going to choose to let go of during this challenge? With one limit. Okay, and it can be at any time in the challenge. It doesn't have to be at the end of the 5 days. It could be at any time in the challenge that you're committing to let go of that. Then in the comments on this post, okay, actually we're going to have a homework post, right, Ross?
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to have a homework post. So the homework post will have the instructions, and then in that homework post, let us know and state it this way, and it'll be in the instructions there as well. It'll be, today, I, Gary, or whatever your name is, choose to let go of the idea or the belief that whatever the limiting message is, okay, that I can't do this, or I'm not good enough for this, or I'm not worth, whatever that is, okay? We're going to start with that commitment to yourself, and then you're going to communicate it to us so we know on the homework section. And everyone who does their homework gets points for the prizes at the end. So it's a good way to keep you engaged, also to hold you accountable so that you are doing what you promise you're going to do, all right, which is follow the FFV formula. Second, what we want you to do as part of your homework is to tell us in the comments, what are the things you envision your ultimate badass self doing in the future that you haven't been able to do so far? Okay, and you're going to state that as, my ultimate badass self is going to blank, whatever that is, fill it in the future. All right, and and this is for bonus points. If you draw a picture of that badass future reality and post it, so draw it, take a snapshot and post it, or scan it, whatever, and post it in the comments today, you'll get extra bonus points for that. Okay. And so what do we mean by bonus points? Well, yeah, we will be tracking, we'll be tracking each of you, not in a creepy way. Okay, but we will be tracking.
We stopped doing that in the last one.
Yeah, but we have to say we were fully acquitted. The CIA said, that it wasn't. Yeah, so we're good.
Just a misunderstanding.
So we'll be tracking you and tallying up the points so that at the end of the challenge, we'll be giving away some great prizes for you. Points for attendance. So make sure you drop your location at the beginning of the session, as well as your hashtag hashtag 888. Points for doing homework, points for bonus points, points for participating, that we feel goes beyond and above. So if there's some shares or insights or whatever, we will be tracking that. So start racking up those points. That's our lesson for day one. Please absorb that, allow whatever we've done here. And there is lessons within the lesson here. So when you come back and listen, there's layers that we're laying in here. Trust us. So let's look at the chat to see if there's, well, we can't right now, but there's a bunch of commitments, which is awesome. If there are any questions, do drop them in there. We will come back, and tomorrow we'll tell you what the VIP link is to get the Zoom link to jump on the VIP and the time. We're thinking it's going to be, we're pretty sure, right? It's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and possibly Friday,
right?
But 6 p.m. PST.
Yep.
So it'll be 6 p.m. in the evening, Pacific Standard Time. So wherever you are in the world, you'll have to adjust that, because I know we've got some people in different areas of the world. If you can jump on those for the VIP, that'll be great to have that one-on-one, to have any direct questions asked and respond. And we'll have some bonus material on those for those people who show up to the VIP as well. Okay. That's our stream for today, everyone. We went a little over time, but that's it. It's not our first time.
Now you're set. Now you're set. So we have started laying a foundation. Okay. So think of it when you're building a house and you have to kind of clear and smooth the dirt so that the true foundation can set in.
So Samantha asked, how do we commit to the homework on this post when we finish it? So yeah, we'll have actually a homework post. So keep an eye on the page. We'll actually have a homework post with the instructions written out so that it's clear, and then you'll post it in there for your homework. Yep. Okay, Samantha. All right, and yeah, and that's it. So we will see everyone tomorrow, same time, same place, and we look forward to hearing all the homework that you guys do and checking that out.
But we're going to try.
Everyone. Thanks for sticking around.
We're going to try and spend the beginning of tomorrow's call reviewing a little bit today and looking at some of your questions and such. And if we can answer them quickly, then we'll take care of them. If not, then we'll move them to the VIP call.
So Tanya says won't be able to commit throughout. Enjoy today. Will be because she's in New Zealand. Hey, Tanya, you're going to have replays here, so you can come back and watch the replays at the time that fits for you. If you can't make it live, obviously live we suggest is best. because then we can get some interaction from you. But come back and catch the replays. They'll be right here on this post. You'll just the same post. You'll just replay here. Come back and watch, and then every day we'll have its own replay post, right? And that replay is going to be, like we said, it's going to be for until the next Friday, so 14 days. So that if you can't catch every day right after another, you've got a window of time also for repetition. So feel free to come back and do that, and take any additional notes, ask questions. And then we will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks everyone for enjoying, and we got a lot of great comments there. We really appreciate you being here, and trust us, this is the rest. You got to buckle up, because the rest of these 4 days is we're gonna take a rocket ride into your badass. So yeah,
we're excited.
all right. Be well, everyone.
Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow.